a respectable afternoon tea offered in a pink cafe near Lake Ontario. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the yummy of afternoon tea, Port Credit, Ontario edition. My friend and I had afternoon tea recently at Rania's Cakes in Port Credit, aka Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. Ready to come along with us? We will start with the good. I am happy to say I am classifying the overall food experience here as good. Let me share the details. Each guest received 4 finger sandwiches, all on white bread. Cheese and turkey, cucumber cream cheese, egg salad, and smoked salmon. But because I do not like fish, mine was tomato and hummus instead of salmon. I started with the cucumber option. Classic. The cucumbers were a bit thick for my liking, but it was fine. Can we assume these flowers are edible? I guess, but I did not eat them. Next, I went for the egg salad sandwich, which I think had za'atar spice on it. Za'atar is a popular Middle Eastern spice blend of herbs such as thyme, oregano, marjoram, sumac, etc. Fun fact, I lived in the Middle East for several months, so it was reminiscent to me to have za'atar, and it went pretty well with the egg salad. Next, I tried the hummus and tomato substitution sandwich. This one was better for me once I removed the tomatoes. Just a personal preference. The turkey and cheese sandwich was okay too. I liked the crisp piece of lettuce on this one for a bit of crunch. Overall, these sandwiches were good. The bread was fresh enough and their size was fine. Of course, they weren't diverse in offering, nor very unique when it comes to some of the other savories I've been served at afternoon tea, but this was a respectable, simple savory tier. On to scones. We each received 2 small scones, 1 plain and 1 fruit, with a shared bowl of cream and raspberry jam. The scones were quite small. You could even say mini scones. The creamy mixture provided was not proper clotted cream, because it had a vanilla and a sweet flavor, which proper clotted cream does not have. But it was an edible creamy mixture. The scone texture was buttery and quite good. I only wish they were bigger. If you've followed me for any period of time, you've probably heard me say this before, but the scones and accompaniments are what set afternoon tea apart from other meals. So it's quite an important part. For this particular scone experience, I would have liked the scones to be larger, more substantial. See how the scones here are even sharing a tier with some of the sweets? They deserve to be more notable and significant. They tasted good, so let's make them a feature. Clearly, you can tell that Rania's Cakes places an emphasis on their sweets offering. It covers 2 of the 3 tiers, with each guest receiving 4 sweet items. A full-size butter tart, a flower-shaped shortbread cookie, a macaron, and a full-size cupcake. These sweets all tasted good. The icing on the cupcake was a whipped buttercream and definitely not too sweet. The butter tart was my favorite item. Delicious. The flour shortbread cookie was our favorite just because of how dang cute it was, the appropriate size, and great taste. A macaron is never anything special, and that was no different today. Macarons are a total waste, in my opinion. For sweets at afternoon tea, I'd prefer to see a mini cupcake and mini butter tart rather than full-size items. The flour cookie was the perfect size for afternoon tea. Small, cute, and tasty. In one sentence, bigger scones, smaller sweets. But these are just personal preferences. There was nothing wrong with any of these items individually. The bad, nothing here was bad, but I did not like my tea. But that's probably on me. There were 21 different tea options, and it was loose-leaf tea inside a basket in the teapot. That part is great. I chose Duke of Earl, aka Earl Grey tea. The description listed vanilla and bergamot, so maybe this was even meant to be Earl Grey cream. Needless to say, it did not taste like Earl Grey nor Earl Grey cream tea to me. I probably should have asked for confirmation I was served the correct tea. I heard the table beside me also say she did not like her Duke of Earl Grey tea either, so maybe it wasn't just me. Thankfully, my friend enjoyed her tea, and she chose the minty fresh. The ugly... Nothing here was ugly. The aesthetic is pink. Everything is pink and very matchy-matchy. It's a simple cafe vibe. Not ugly, but not unique in terms of afternoon tea venues. And the yummy, my favorite bite here was the butter tart. I do love a good butter tart, don't you? Service here was fine. The owner seems really sweet. This afternoon tea costs $48 per person. Note, this is a prepaid tea experience. You email your requested time and date to the cafe and they send you an invoice to pay online before you come. This is the normal price range for afternoon tea in this part of Ontario. It is priced slightly higher than the tea room in Streetsville, closest to here, but this pricing is fine. Overall, this was a respectable afternoon tea offering in a cafe setting. Therefore, my Queen of Afternoon Tea rating is 3.5 out of 5 stars. Over to you. Would you go to Rania's for afternoon tea? What looks good to you? Share your thoughts in the comments below and please like and share this video. And be sure you're following on all my channels and accounts to stay abreast on afternoon tea reviews in Ontario and beyond. Sip, sip, tea buddies!